Hey everyone, welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to show you tonight how to prep one of my favorite freezer meals. This one comes from the Easy Breezy Slow Cooker Kit. It's one of those make-ahead freezer meals, but this is a recipe that I love to make kind of two at a time. I make one right away, fresh, and then I put one in the freezer too. So this recipe, as you can see, doesn't have a ton of ingredients. It's pretty inexpensive, it's pretty easy. So what I'm going to do right now is show you the ingredients that I use and then talk about how I purposely split this in half, and then we'll do it. We'll watch it in action. So there's just a couple ingredients here, nothing too exciting, nothing too crazy. For the sake of cleanliness, I already have chicken in the bag and sauce in the bag. It's going to use two Wild Tree ingredients, the roasted garlic grapeseed oil and the bruschetta blend, which are two of my favorites, and then just a few other items. So this recipe calls for just a couple of things, like I said before, and you'll really only need spaghetti or whatever noodles you prefer at the time of cooking, and perhaps some shredded cheese if you want to add a little pizzazz. So this is the bruschetta chicken pasta. So one thing that I like to do is I always like to put my freezer bag meals in some kind of mixing bowl or bowl that has a rubber ring on the bottom. It's going to keep it from sliding around, especially if you have bags that tip. As things get saucy, as your bag gets full, they tend to tip over. So this will prevent any nasty spills. Nobody wants chicken juice on their counter. So while you're prepping your meals, you're also staying clean in the kitchen. So the first thing we need to add is the chicken breast, which I've already taken care of. And then this recipe calls for diced tomatoes, but I'm actually doing a little bit of an experiment. And I decided to use a can of crushed tomatoes, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I've got that in the bag already, so that's set. This is a recipe that serves 6 people, but I am one person and I'm cooking for just me, so like I said before, I'm going to make 2 bags right away, so I'll cut the recipe in half. I'm going to put one in my freezer right away, and then one I'll make tomorrow. So I've got the first 2 ingredients in. The next thing we need to add is some balsamic vinegar. So I've got it pre-measured. I'm going to kind of eyeball this and pour half in one bag, approximately, and about half in the other. Again, this isn't super official, but you kind of get the idea. The next ingredient is going to be the grapeseed oil, which I have right here. Again, I'm just going to pour about half in each, just kind of eyeballing it. Then I'm going to need some black pepper. So I need a half teaspoon. I'm going to split that between each of my bags. I'm sorry if my camera is going a little all over the place. And this one I'm going to just kind of do a little eyeballing as well. It's a little easier to hold the camera and deal with that. And then the last thing I need is the Wild Tree bruschetta blend. So this is 4 tablespoons, so I'm going to put 2 in each. And you can see there's lots of great things in there. It smells awesome. So 1 in there. Get a second one. Ooh, I'm spilling a little bit. And now 2 in the other bag. And 1 more. This is a little easier when you have 2 free hands, but you guys get the idea. Okay, and so that's really all I need in my bags. Pretty simple, pretty easy. The next step, which again is kind of a 2-hand process, I'm going to seal up the bag. I'm going to massage it around and kind of mix things up just a little bit. And then I'm going to let any extra air out. I tend to roll my bags up a little bit, and I put them in the freezer with the labels on. Now I've done this so many times that I don't have any labels left. So what I usually do is I just take a Sharpie and write right on the bag. So I've got my bags ready to go. And then once you're all done with your freezer meals, it's going to look something like this. So you see I got a couple in here ready to go. I'm going to add to my collection. And it's really that simple.